Longtime Virginia Beach Sheriff Ken Stolle says he's retiring. He's been in office since 2010.
He's made it public that he has Parkinson's disease, a battle he's fought since 2006. Only on 10, Andy Fox sat down with Sheriff Stolle to talk about Parkinson's and how his inspirational story can be an example to others. Andy?
Yeah, Parkinson's disease is defined as a brain disorder that causes unintended or uncontrollable movements such as shaking, stiffness, and difficulty with balance and coordination. Sheriff Ken Stolle and I have been friends through 4 decades. We spoke with him about his inspirational example, his honesty, and his triumph living 17 years with Parkinson's and remaining fully engaged. Sheriff Ken Stolle, a few years ago, a tour of the jail. You can notice his walk, one of the signs of Parkinson's. Today, he looks back, the struggle, the fight, the challenge.
It's a damn shame I got Parkinson's, but I can live with it if I have to. And so, yeah, I think that, being here with the sheriff's office has made me young again.
He remembers the doctor's words.
He told me I had 10 years to live, and, I better make the best use of my time.
That was 17 years ago when he was only 52, serving in the Virginia State Senate.
I was carrying my left arm a little bit funny, and I was a majority whipping, so I had to go around all the floor all the time. And I started slowing down on doing that stuff.
Stolle would be elected Virginia Beach Sheriff, and along the way, an inspiration, refusing to allow Parkinson's to define him.
It's not a matter of pride, it's a matter of accomplishment. If I start giving up on accomplishing things or being responsible for accomplishing things, I'll stop dressing myself, I'll stop fishing, I'll stop hunting, I'll stop coming to work and stuff like that, and I'm not going to do that.
Stolle has won 4 sheriff's elections. He doesn't hide from Parkinson's, he embraces it.
The public has shown me that they trust me with Parkinson's to do the job. They judge me on my abilities, not my disability, and I think that's fantastic.
Stolle says with Parkinson's, you don't know what it means until the years unfold, the uncertainty.
I dress myself still. I do everything for myself. I don't ask for help from anybody. They'll all offer me help and I get pissed off and I don't take it.
Stolle's chief deputy, Rocky Holcomb, is his highest ranking deputy.
We joke and say that Ken Stolle doesn't have Parkinson's. Parkinson's has Ken Stolle and doesn't know how to get rid of him. He's a tough fighter.
How is Sheriff Stolle different than he was BP before Parkinson's?
I think my personality and my commitment to doing things is the same. I think the way you have to accomplish it is completely different. And so I got to think about every step I take or I'll fall down. I got to think about what I say and that I can articulate my words. Things that you would take for naturally, I've got to think about now.
Days are good and sometimes not.
It just depends on how I'm doing that day. And, I think that, today's a good day. And it's a good day because you came here.
We asked him his advice for those with Parkinson's.
There's nobody that can understand what you're going through except for you, because it varies at every lifestyle. And you got to figure out whether you're going to give in to this or fight it. And I said I decided to fight it, and I'm going to fight it as long as I can.
What an inspiration. Thanks to the sheriff for sitting down with us, which also gave us the opportunity to ask him directly about the future. There's been a lot of speculation about his retirement. Tonight at 6, only on 10, an interesting answer when I asked, will he retire by the end of the year? You'll want to hear his answer at 6. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
As a fighter.
Now to the second part of our exclusive interview with Virginia Beach Sheriff Ken Stolle, who says he could retire by the end of the year. After dealing with medical issues, Stolle says he was ready to pack it in, but he may be having a change of heart. 10 on your sides, Andy Fox joins us again with that part of the story. Andy?
Yeah, it could be a changing story. Everyone is doing this story, but Sheriff Ken Stolle is only sitting down with 10 on your side. At 4, I told you about his inspirational story about living with Parkinson's disease for 17 years. In this report, we ask him this question: when are you retiring? Sheriff Ken Stolle says he doesn't feel the need to retire. He has the desire to retire, this former police officer.
I want to serve time with my family. I want to do fishing and hunting, and you know, I want to live a little bit. The average police officer lives 5 years after he retires and he dies, and I want to live more than 5 years.
During our interview, Stolle revealed the back operation, a possible reason to retire, can be put on hold.
The last 4 days, my back has improved almost 100%, and so I don't feel that I need to do that operation right now.
People have been wondering, what date will the sheriff absolutely retire? When are you going to retire? What date?
Well, I don't know when I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire probably by the end of this year. I might put these guys off and retire later, but I'm going to retire by the end of the year.
Is it possible Sheriff Stolle will not retire by the end of the year as speculated?
It's up to me when I retire. I've been elected for 4 years, and I can stay there for 2 more years if I want to.
We pressed further. And it could be after the first of the year, yes?
It could be, yeah.
You said before the end of the year, but it could be
It could be after the first of the year, yeah.
Don't you just kind of want to wait till after the first of the year just to let them know that you're in charge?
Well, you know, I do. And I thought when I talked to my PIO yesterday, I said I might just stay on for the end of my term now. It made me mad.
In the event Stolle retires, his chief deputy, Rocky Holcomb, now a Virginia Beach City Councilman, would become the interim sheriff until the court, by state code, sets a special election date.
Statute says the senior ranking deputy will replace me as his new sheriff.
And that would be Holcomb, who is now on Virginia Beach City Council and would resign that seat if appointed to the interim sheriff's position, awaiting the court's special election date.
Every day that I'm around him, I learn more. He's a mentor and a leader to me. And so every day serving with Sheriff Ken Stolle is a good day.
In the twilight of his political career, this satisfaction for Sheriff Stolle.
They do like what I'm doing, regardless of whether I have Parkinson's or not. And so I think it's not a good thing to have Parkinson's, but I think it's a good thing that the voters have given me the authority to continue doing what I'm doing, and they trust me to do it.
Now, it should be noted, for 32 years, Ken Stolle has been an elected public official serving in the state Senate and as sheriff. He says that makes him Virginia Beach's longest continuously serving elected public official. Thanks to the Sheriff Stolle agreeing to do this interview. And Sheriff, we wish you good luck, whatever you decide. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.